Matter of fact, we can even pray together. Let's do it real quick. We can pray together. God, I hope that anybody that's watching this video right now, that's sitting here watching this video, that wants to stop, that wants to quit smoking, for him, for his family, for her family, for anybody, even for themselves, that you can give them the strength and the guidance to be able to stop it, and give them the willpower to be able to stop this, because they see something bigger than themselves. They see something greater for themselves and for their destiny and for who they want to be in the future. And I hope that you can just fill them with that grace, with that love, with that respect for themselves to be able to do so. That even if they do fail or fall behind, that you do not take away the will that they have in themselves to get back up and try again. Because it doesn't matter how many times you fall, it just matters how many times you get up. In Jesus' name, amen.
I'm feeling good, man, no one can stop it. Just came from the store and got weed in my pocket. This don't get me higher than Rocket or Comet. I'm more like Dasani, but drip like a faucet. That's why they say Diddy bitches, they be on it. They cover my body like syrup.
What it do? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Aaron Turner, aka Challenge Complete. Back here to give another video. So today we're going to be talking about something that, people struggle with in the dark, but don't always want to bring to light. People go through it at home, but don't want to talk about it on the outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be teaching you guys how I was able to stop smoking. Some tips and tricks that I learned. Some things that helped me kind of get through it. Because so far, I've quit smoking, I'd say about 3 or 4 times now. Hopefully, this time will be the last. But, there's always a slim 0.01% chance of anything happening in the world. That's why I always say hopefully, but for the most part, I'm not going back to smoking weed. I said it before though, so. But these are just some tips and tricks that I learned that definitely helped me out on my journey to quitting, and I just wanted to share with you guys so that we could all be in this job together. Now, first thing, you don't have to be ashamed about smoking. That's one, right? I think it's important for all of us to note that we have to know what we want to do. Right? So if you do want to stop smoking, that's something that you have to talk to yourself and tell yourself about. You got to tell yourself, hey, I don't want to smoke anymore. Now, you got to be honest with yourself. Why don't you want to smoke anymore? What has smoking been inhibiting or stopping in your life that makes you want to stop right now? You really got to be honest with yourself right here. It's super important that you are, because if you're feeling like this about it, if you're feeling indecisive, if you're not sure about it, if you're just like, whatever, then you're not going to be able to do it. Eventually, something will break you down. Something will make you want to smoke again. Something will come up, an event, a situation that will stress you out, all that good stuff. That stuff will come up that will make you just go right back to smoking. So you got to be really, really confident in exactly what you want to do. If for you felt like smoking hasn't necessarily improved your life or has made your life better in any sort of way, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's done more harm than good, then I think it's definitely time for you to put it down, whether it's for a break or whether it's for long term. Second thing I would say, you have to believe that you can stop. These are all things that are going to be up here, because the battle starts up here first. If you don't believe that you have the strength and the will to stop, then it's going to be really tough for you to stop, And even if you don't believe, every day that you don't smoke is a day that makes you more confident in yourself and grows that confidence of, maybe I really can do this. Maybe I actually can stop smoking, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's really important for you to be able to kind of build that confidence, you know what I'm saying? Even if you stop for half a day, you stop for a whole day. Those are markers that you can keep in yourself, whether you put it on your fridge, whether you put it in your phone, whether you write it down somewhere on the wall. Put it somewhere tangible so that you can actually see in real time, oh snap, I actually stopped. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do this anymore. See, because sometimes when you smoke weed, right, it is a psychological drug. It's all up here. It's not like cocaine or heroin or one of these really hard drugs that affect your body in a bad way. Yes, weed can affect your body, but for the most part, it's all up here. What it's going to do is actually, it can warp how you think. It can make you a little bit lazier, a little bit less motivated. That's not to say that people who do smoke can't do stuff, right? But if you found that it actually has done those things to you, I think it's important to be honest about that with yourself, because you don't have to lie to anybody. Okay, but you have to be honest with yourself. You don't have to prove anything to me, to anybody else out there on the outside, but you got to be honest and speak to yourself about what the weed is doing to you, and if you feel like it's necessary for you to stop. For me personally, I'll tell you guys a quick little story, right? For me personally, weed always made me, it helped because I've been through a lot of traumatic experiences. Things that I can explain in another video, but whether it's death or abuse or just some sort of traumatic event that happened in my life, weed really kind of helped me go off, like not go up the deep end sometimes. Sometimes my anger can get the best of me, and the weed would give me something to kind of look forward to that would help calm me down, like a crutch almost. But what it did was that it actually prohibited me from being able to work on things like within the real world, like within myself, like without the substance, you know? I think if any time you're dependent on a substance to help crutch something that is for your regular self, it can pose some issues, right? So that's kind of just how it was for me. I was really tired of the anxiety. I was tired that after I smoked, I would get really paranoid. I would feel like there's someone in the house with me. I would feel like this force over me that wasn't positive. It made me scared sometimes, you know? I would find myself having to smoke more and more. I went from buying dimes and dubs to eighths and quarters to halves to, you know, now we're smoking za, and we got all these exotic weeds, these higher strains, these higher, you know, more elevated, more potent strains that make it so that now regular weed don't really do it no more. You know what I'm saying? So I found myself just spending more and more money. And when it came down to having tangible goals, like being able to get a car or being able to pay rent or being able to do things, the basic life stuff, I found myself oftentimes choosing weed over other stuff. And I know everybody's not like me, and they're not to the extreme and degree of me, but even if you're not, that doesn't mean that the weed, that the money that you're spending on it can't go towards something else more positive. Let's say you get into trouble, you get into a car crash, your car is totaled. Do you have $3 grand right now to fix it? Let's say that your cousin or your mother or someone that you care about is behind in their rent. Do you have the money right now to cover them for a month? Could you help them? Like, these are the things that sometimes having a savings and being able to save the money that you would have spent doing weed or smoking weed would have been able to actually help someone else's life. You know what I'm saying? So that's two, right? Having the confidence that you can stop, right? Cool. So you found out, all right, boom, I want to stop. You know, it's not helping me. I want to stop. Cool. I have the confidence that I can stop. Okay, let's say I stop for a day. Get that confidence up. I'm Gucci now. I want to stop, but whenever I stop smoking, I have these really, really vivid bad dreams, and they feel super real, and I get super messed up, and I'm not a fan of the dreams, Aaron. So what do I do? So one thing that helped me really, really big time was this special thing called melatonin. Basically, what melatonin does is it releases the hormones in your body for sleep. So one issue I always had when I was trying to stop smoking is that I couldn't sleep, right? Because I depended on the weed to help me sleep. And the crazy thing about that is that when you smoke weed, you don't get REM sleep. You never get REM sleep. REM sleep is called rapid eye movement sleep. It's essentially a state of sleep where your body is getting its full amount of rest. It's your deepest state of sleep. And weed prohibits you from doing that, which is why you don't dream when you smoke. If you are dreaming, it's because the weed wore off already and you're just falling asleep normally. So you actually never get that REM sleep. So you're never getting a full night's full rest of sleep. And that can cause so many issues when it comes to developmental growth, mental growth, physical growth, mood, irritability, growing, your body growing, like all these different things, all these different effects that it has on you. Sleep is so important. It's so vital to your survival, right? Well, that rhyme is vital to your survival. I have to put that in a poem one day. But yeah, like, and so I think it's really super important to get the adequate amount of sleep at night. So melatonin is what helped me. They have melatonin gummies. They have melatonin pills. I started off with a super low dosage, about 5 milligrams. I take like 1 or 2 before bed. Knocked me right out. I was able to sleep, and I did that for about a week. And after about a week and a half, you shouldn't have any more problems with falling asleep normal. It's the first week or week and a half can be super tough. If you're used to smoking, if you've smoked for 5 years straight and have not stopped every single day, it might take about 2 weeks. But once you get over the hump, I promise everything is easier. Now, okay, boom, sleep. What else? Okay, Aaron. So I'm sleeping good, but now I'm up and I'm awake. How can I, like, do my regular day-to-day activities that I'm used to without smoking now. All I keep thinking about is weed. I want to smoke weed. How do I stop? How do I not hit up my plug? How do I not? Two things. One, the people that you cop from, if they're not your mans or your friend or whatever, you got to get rid of their number. Okay? Because the temptation in your phone is going to be high, and you shouldn't have those kind of temptations around. If you still have your lighter, if you still have your tray, if you still have these little baggies, your wraps, all that shit has to go. Give it to a friend. Throw it away. Just get it out of your side of view so that way you're not actually seeing it on hand. Because sometimes when you see it, it can trigger that desire and that need to want to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been doing it for so long, your body is a creature of habit. The human body is a creature of habit. It takes 21 days to break a habit. So if you can stop something for 21 days, you are good. Right? But if you're seeing these things everywhere, how do you expect to actually be able to stop? It's super duper tough, right? So go ahead and put those things away. If you're copying from a friend or from a family member, tell your friend or family member what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. And if they love you and if they care about you, they will not sell you weed anymore. Trust me, it's 2021. There are a lot of people smoking. There are other customers. They don't have to depend on you and your money to be able to get ahead. And if they're making you feel like they do, then they're not your friend. And they're not your man, and you got to stay far away from them. Okay? What else? Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Thirdly, what I would say, at least in this section, what I would say is that it's super important that now you fill up your time with other things to do. So what I did was that I literally put everything I got into either doing a side job, a part-time business, starting my own business, doing these little side gigs, and I put all my effort into taking care of my dog, into being a good boyfriend in my relationship, into working hard at work, like putting everything I got into these things, because the extra energy I had and the extra time I had by not smoking is what allowed me to put a bunch of extra energy into these things, and it would leave me so tired, be it you working out, working on some side project, doing some art, contributing, just picking up the phone and calling your family, like doing these extra things to kind of fill up your time. You'll find and see how much time you actually have in the day. And when you're actually contributing it to other things that either make you better or make your relationship better with your friends or family, your girlfriend or boyfriend or spouse or whatever, you'll find that it actually really ends up working itself out in the end. All the extra energy that you get and that you're able to contribute to these different things is what's going to help distract you from wanting to smoke and stuff all day. And then last thing I would say is make sure that you have some kind of calendar, some kind of tracker that you have down of you not smoking. So that way you can actually be proud of yourself and you can see the day-to-day growth and achievements and go, you know what, bro? I haven't smoked for 4 days, for 5 days, for 6 days, for 7 days. Do I really want to give this up right now? Like, do I really want to break this streak for the sake of what? For 1 hour, for 2 hours in the day, in which you feel good and you feel high? Like, is it really worth it? Is it worth all the time that you put in up to this point and the struggle that you put into this point for a couple hours of a good time? It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like you're going to be around people or friends or family that does smoke, and if they don't respect you enough to not pass it to you or to respect that you're trying to quit, then you just need to not be around them for a couple weeks. Trust me, they'll understand. Once you build up that tolerance of not smoking, it won't matter who you're around. You won't want to do it anymore. Even the smell of it won't smell how it used to anymore. Those are basically all the things that kind of helped me quit. I hope that nothing in there sounded too cliche. And even if it did, it works. It's cliche because people agree that it works. And I think that those are definitely things that you should try if you're really serious about quitting smoking. It's not easy. And no one said it was. You know what I'm saying? But you have a duty and an obligation to yourself. You don't want to let yourself down. And you want to be a man or woman that stands by their words. When you say that you're going to do something, you do it. And there are things that can help you. You came to this video for a reason. You're watching this video for a reason, right? So make sure that you stick out with it. If you need any help or any advice, you can always comment on my videos. You can always message me. I don't know if YouTube has a messaging system, but you can always email me or just comment down below in the video, and I'll give you any advice and any sort of tips that I have and know that can help you get through it, because I want to help. You know what I'm saying? I watched these exact same videos when I was trying to quit for the first time. And without those videos, it would have been very, very tough for me to do so. And so I just want to go ahead and pass the baton, pass the favor down. A quick disclaimer. This is in no way to bash anybody that does smoke, right? If you do smoke weed, you're a fine individual. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing against you. If you can smoke weed and you can still do your regular day-to-day activities and be your best self and do this, all the more to you. But there are a lot of different human beings in this world, and it's important to cater to everybody. And there's just some people that, because of their trauma or PTSD or things that they've been through, just aren't able to smoke. Some people have very addictive personalities and aren't able to smoke and be responsible with things that they have to do or perform to their best ability. Some people can smoke and they just hover, getting by life, coasting by. And there's something in people sometimes that isn't okay with that wants to be an overachiever, that wants to super succeed. This video wasn't even meant to be this long, but I just ended up kind of getting into it and just really talking about a lot of different things and topics and things of that sort. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. But again, if you need any sort of help at all with quitting smoking, please feel free to reach out to me. And I wish you guys, I pray that you guys have the strength and the capacity to be able to stop, you know? Matter of fact, we can even pray together. Let's do it real quick. We can pray together. God, I hope that anybody that's watching this video right now, that's sitting here watching this video, that wants to stop, that wants to quit smoking, for him, for his family, for her family, for anybody, even for themselves, that you can give them the strength and the guidance to be able to stop it, and give them the willpower to be able to stop this, because they see something bigger than themselves. They see something greater for themselves and for their destiny and for who they want to be in the future. And I hope that you can just fill them with that grace, with that love, with that respect for themselves to be able to do so. Now, even if they do fail or fall behind, that you do not take away the will that they have in themselves to get back up and try again. Because it doesn't matter how many times you fall, it just matters how many times you get up. In Jesus' name, amen. Hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if this video helped you at all. If anything, this video helped you at all. We're trying to get up to at least 60 subscribers, man. I'm at like 52, 53, 54, I think right now. And I'm just trying to climb up and give you guys some helpful advice and complete these challenges that we are setting forth in our life. I love you guys so much. This is the Challenge Complete gang. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And peace. Gang, gang.
I'm feeling good, man, no one can stop it. Just came from the store and got weed in my pocket. It's gonna get me higher than Rocket or Comet. I'm like Dasani, but drip like a faucet. That's why they said Diddy bitches, they be on it. They cover my body like syrup.